Hey folks, Paul from Acres Homestead here. So a few weeks ago, I harvested some lovely sunchokes. These are a great root vegetable to grow. Be warned, and some people they do cause flatulence. And what I'm going to do is for some of my nicer ones, I want to kind of chop them up and make a Ggakdugi, which is a Korean radish kimchi, out of them, and we'll see how well they work. Okay, ingredients here are going to be pretty basic. Of course, you got your sunchokes. Green onions, I love green onions and everything. Some red pepper flakes, salt, I like the coarse, kind of kosher stuff, and garlic. Now a lot of recipes call for a couple cloves of garlic, so I'm going to make a whole ton of it because I love garlic. So here's my compost bucket. I do a lot of things around here with an elaborate system of buckets, so yeah. Okay, I think that's enough garlic peeled. Now let's get some green onions going. The great thing about green onions is that if you plant them, they grow back. And I keep them alive all winter. In fact, inside my cabin right now, I probably have 7 or 8 pots of nothing but green onions, man. It's so nice to add to all kinds of stuff. Rice, ramen, whatever you're cooking. So these cut up. There we go. I'm not super fast and slick and high speed with the knife, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, I think I've bought those like well over a year ago and have been continuously harvesting them the entire time. Okay, so put the green onions in the bowl. All right, now let's get this garlic all smushed and cut up. Oops. I like it coarsely cut up, man. I want to know what's in there. What's that, baby? Now, none of this is real exact. It's all just to taste, so I love garlic, so I'm putting a ton of garlic in there. Okay. Now, my sunchokes, they've got some, stems and stuff on them, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that off and then start cutting them up into approximately 1 square inch size little chunks. So just any of the kind of rougher spots or anywhere where there's any kind of damage, and then cut up, kind of cubed. Now the sunchokes, you can eat them raw, and I quite like them. They're they've got a nice sharp texture to them. Reminds me a little bit of maybe a water chestnut or kind of like a radish, but a slight nuttiness to it as well. I grew these when I lived in the city. Actually, these small nubbins here, I'm going to break those off and plant them. So I think they're going to grow really well. We get very cold springs and falls, and these things just trucked on through the snow, through the frost, through the summer drought. I gave them very little supplemental moisture. Just anytime they look sort of sad or look like they might have needed some help, kind of wilting back a little bit, I might have gave them some water then, but that's really about it. I barely gave these guys anything, and I was very impressed with how they grew. So if I can get a good crop of these going, I'll be in good shape. All right, it's looking good. Okay, now that we got those chopped up, we're going to put some of our dry ingredients in. The first thing I want to put is a nice little handful of salt. Now I know when they make Korean radish kimchi, the idea is the salt draws the moisture out of the vegetable, but to be honest with you, there's not a whole ton of moisture in these things. So I got some water in case I need to add any supplemental water, but I want to mix that really well. And you know what? Harmony used her hands, so I'm going to use my hands too. Okay. So next is red pepper flakes. This is optional, but I like a little bit of fire. I like a lot of fire. So I'm going to put some of that in there as well. My mom brought me that from Korea. Isn't that wonderful? Oh yeah, that's looking beautiful. That's looking beautiful. Smells great too. Okay. Now, also a little bit of soy sauce, not a whole ton, but these sunchokes are rather drier than radishes. Another optional thing is fish sauce. I love it. So, ooh, gosh, that's a little bit too much probably. That's all right. We'll live. Oh, yeah. That smells good. Mr. Monster, can you smell that over there? You smell that fish sauce, buddy? Okay. Mix it really thoroughly. Awesome. And you know what? I am going to add a little bit of water to that just to give it kind of a brine effect. I know a lot of folks, when they put these up, they'll brine them. So that's kind of what I'm doing, with kind of a Korean kick to it. There we go. That's what I want to see. Okay. Important test. Oh yeah, that's good. And that is pretty much it. Once you're done with that, you want to take a clean jar. It's a pickle jar that I cleaned out earlier today, and pack them in nice and tight. All right, got them in the jar. Looks like I overestimated how many, but I got more to do, so I'll just add them to this. I think the idea is you want as many of them in there settled as possible, but yeah, I wish that liquid level was a little bit higher, but I might add more water to it. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna let that ferment for a while, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, there you go, man. Sunchoke Ggakdugi. I don't know if that's ever been done before. So sunchoke kimchi. Sunchokes are an amazing plant. I think they're absolutely wonderful to homesteaders and off-gridders, especially if you're in a challenging environment to grow anything, kind of like I am. And yeah, they do cause flatulence in some people if eaten to excess. So, we'll see if that's an issue for me, but never has been before. Anyway, I am Paul from Acres Homestead. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And in the meantime, y'all be easy.